What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And today we're going to talk about how a lot of the problems y'all have on the dating scene, and this is gender neutral, this is for men and women, could be simply solved by not being local. So many of y'all stay local and y'all let this collective bubble of like your neighborhood or your middle school, your high school, your college, or your community in general. You let that become the map of that's all life has to offer you as far as the opposite sex. Some of y'all let that become the map of that's all life has to offer you as far as the world. And neither is true. And this one thing I promote a lot is traveling, is getting around. And traveling doesn't have to be big. Like, say you're in middle school, you watching this, you like, I'm in middle school, I can't travel. Yes, you can. Go to other middle schools. Go to, like, say you from the hood. Go to middle schools in the suburbs. Before you say all black women like hood dudes, go to middle schools in the suburbs and talk to the black women out there and see what they like. Right? You a Hispanic girl, and you go to a school out in the suburbs, and you're like, yo, I feel left out here. Like, I feel like there might not be nobody like me around. Why don't you go to an inner city school? You might find more kids from neighborhoods or boroughs or whatever the case may be who are more your speed, who are more your culture or more your language. And then you got to go even further than that, guys. Like I said, let's say you're in college. Do you visit other colleges? Do you check out other colleges? Do you check out other schools? Then you, like, at that point, you have access to a vehicle. So you should be traveling around. Like, when I was in college, I was never actually at my college. Like, every time I dated, I hung out, me and my friends party, we were always going somewhere else. Like, I went to a HBCU. We hit up, like, almost every HBCU. We were at Hampton. We at Norfolk State. We at Howard. Spring breaks, we going to Panama. And we're doing all that because it's not even just for, like, dating experience or, like, in that sense, guys. It's also its life experience because every culture is different. Like, I went to school in Baltimore, so that's a whole different culture. That's a culture shock, right? And so then I linked up with different people from all over the place. Like, one of my friends was from DC, the other one's from Baltimore, two of them was from Brooklyn or whatever the case may be, right? So then we went down to Florida, or when we go to Alabama, or when we went to Atlanta. These are all different places where we keep clashing with different cultures and blending with different people. So I came from a place where everything was really big on, like, status and clout, for example. That's the big thing. That's all everyone really cared about, right? Then I come to Baltimore, and no one really cares about status or clout like that. Nobody, like, I come from a place where everybody's asking you what high school you went to, or what your last name is. They trying to figure out who you know, or what your family is. And when I came here, no one here was asking me those questions around those areas. So it's like, you got to get around before you can even say something is one way, is what I'm trying to get to y'all. And like I said, this is gender neutral. Like, a lot of y'all ladies, y'all say all these dudes ain't this, and all these dudes ain't that, but you haven't put yourself in the environment to even be around a different type of man. Like, have you ever went to an upscale party instead of the club, for example? Okay, you go to the club, you get violated, nobody's really treating you right, you know, you can't get a good dude there. Have you ever went to a gala? Have you ever went to a marriage ball? Did you try going somewhere different? Did you ever hang around more upscale places to try to find the type of man that you claiming that you're looking for? It's the same thing with you guys too. You know, y'all say the same thing. All these girls are they this, and all these girls are they that, and they be doing this and they be doing that. But you never go to the upscale places. Y'all never travel around. Y'all never get around. You have to explore. You know, even with jobs, I tell people all the time, until you get to your career, try different jobs. You never know what you might like. You never know what you might be good at. You maybe have some hidden potential or something like that. You guys gotta understand. Y'all gotta start enjoying your youth. Stop rushing to grow up. Is another big part of this before we get out of here. Stop rushing to grow up. You have your whole life to get older, and ain't nothing waiting for you but bills and responsibilities. Travel around. Date different people. Go to different communities. Hit up different schools. Like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are. Hit up different schools. Try different jobs. Experience life, you guys, because a lot of the bitterness comes from feeling like you don't have options. And some of y'all, like, 18, 21, 23, and like, oh, I don't know, I don't got no option. All these girls are this, all these girls are that. Some of y'all like 19 talking about some all these girls are this, or y'all like 21 talking about some all these boys are that. Y'all loco. Y'all ain't never left your neighborhood, so how can you say all of anything? I'm been out of the country, guys. I done been to over like 10 states. You got to get around. That's when you really realize there's a big world. No matter what it is you want out of someone else or a partner, you can demand that because there's a whole world out here. You can find it. You can find it. But you don't get stuck in this little bubble in the psychological map of whatever city or whatever town or whatever the space you're from. Don't limit yourself like that. A lot of y'all frustrations could simply be solved by putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and giving other, like I said, races or other neighborhoods or other opportunities a shot. So start moving around, y'all. Stop being local. I'm Alex, and I'm out. Peace.